and I'm here to talk nerdy to you. But, like I announced last week, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Rebels Season 2. First, I'm going to go into why Star Wars Rebels, because I haven't talked about this, is so great, which is essentially the cast, or the crew, I guess is better to say, which is we have a female Mandalorian named Sabine. And of course, she's badass because she's a Mandalorian. And of course, that makes her hot because she's a badass Mandalorian chick. And it's cool how she starts off as a loner, a lone wolf, a one-man wolf pack, one lady wolf pack. Anyways, she's that way, especially in the first season, and then you definitely see her growing in the second season, and she becomes more of a team player, so that's really cool. Then we also have a female Twi'lek, or Twi'lek if you prefer, and her name is Hera, and she is just a natural leader, but she just starts off as just a pilot with just her crew, and that's it, and she becomes a leader in the second season, and it's so great to see her grow into her somewhat full potential, because she becomes like the best pilot of the fleet too, and they say that. It's really cool. It's really great. And of course, there's Kanan Jarrus, and he is an ex-Jedi who's kind of now a Jedi Knight, but he was a smuggler. He kind of still is a smuggler. And of course, he's a rebel trying to help out the rebellion. He's now a Jedi Knight because of the character Ezra Bridger, which is, he's pretty much just like, kind of like an Aladdin type character. He's a street rat, and he's just, doing what he can to get along because his family disappeared due to the Empire, of course, so he dislikes the Empire. And so because Kanan used to be a Jedi, he knows that Ezra is strong in the Force, so he starts teaching him how to use the Force. So he takes on the role of Master, even though he's not qualified to be Master, which is something to pay attention to, because we've seen that before, where people who were not ready to be masters trained an apprentice, and it ended up bad because of that. And they weren't necessarily bad people, but they weren't ready for that role. And so I think that kind of plays into this, and you see it here and there, and I think it's definitely going to play into Season 3, because that's a big part of it, is Ezra's growth in this, which you see him become stronger in the Force. You see his connection to animals, and I like that, because it shows that that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon had, which is be mindful of the living Force and their Force connection with animals and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see it, and it saves their asses multiple times throughout this season, so it's really cool. Of course, you can't forget Zeb, the crazy big alien dude, which is really funny and really cool and really hardcore. And then the droid, the astromech droid, is really funny and quirky too. But seems like obviously a darker version of any of the droids that we've seen. But not evil, but just a little more dark. I think the biggest thing about, the biggest thing about this season, what makes it so great and so much better than Clone Wars, is that, first of all, this show did not take, 3 seasons to get good. By the end of the first season, it was good. In fact, I would say the first season is worth checking out. And this season, by the end of this season, it is crazy. Like I said, what's cool, too, about this season is that they connect the Clone Wars with this show, with Rex. He joins the crew, as well as some of the other soldiers, but, bad things happened. They have Ahsoka, but she said she's renounced being a Jedi, even though she still has the 2 lightsabers. They're white or gray, people have been referencing her as a gray Jedi. And then we have another character, which I won't spoil, which you'll probably figure out anyways, is... It's just crazy, but it's cool because they don't put any seeds throughout the season. It's just in the finale. And then, of course, the other thing is, which isn't a huge spoiler because he showed up before and he shows up throughout the show, is Darth Vader. But it's cool when he makes appearances, because he does make appearances throughout the show. But it's even better when you see him fight, because you see the way he fights, his robotic movements and everything like that, and just how much rage he has and how much anger and hate is in his attacks and everything like that. It just blows my mind, and it's just so cool. And just that voice too. That's something too that I have to say is most of the voicing is better in this show than in the Clone Wars. Except for Leia. I don't know, Leia was a little off in this, which she's not, obviously not in Clone Wars, but I will say that she's a little off in this show. But not horribly. The biggest thing, though, that made this so great was the repercussions of it, which is Ezra, here it comes, spoiler alerts, uses the dark side of the Force. I'm not going to go too deep into it. You watch it for yourself, and it's so well done. And his master loses his sight. Now, I don't know if that's permanent. I don't know, it's up to you to figure out in what shape or form that is, and even the way that that's handled, so well done. And then you also see a face-off between apprentice and master, which is crazy, and it was something that I felt really needed to happen. And in fact, like I said, that spoiler character as well as Ahsoka, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to make it out of this season. To me, it appears that they're not, but you have to make up for yourself. And I say that because it doesn't show them dying. These are Jedi, so you have to assume, hey, if I didn't see them fall to their death, if I didn't see a dead body, they could still be alive. So that's why I say, but I assume that they are not going to be in the next season. It seemed like it was something that had to happen, though, to further Vader's darkness. So and that was epic, as well as what happens at the ending. So we'll see in the next season. It's going to be crazy, as well as the other characters that show up from previous seasons that you thought, hey, this person's gone, and they make surprise appearances. And it's a really awesome way. Just the whole season was handled really well, but especially the finale just blew my mind. I give it a must watch. Like I said, check it out. It's probably the middle ground, which that's the first season. This one's a must see, so it's up there. You have to see it. If you're a Star Wars fan, why are you not watching this? You're crazy. So like I said, must see. Alright, and that's it for this week. So tell me what you thought. Remember, like, subscribe, and comment. If you're already a subscriber, just like and comment, and I will hook you up with a digital comic. And what I have available this week is all new, all different Avengers Standoff tie-in, number 8. All new Inhumans, number 6. A-Force, number 4. Star Wars C-3PO number 1 special. So just do those things and I'll hook you up with a digital comic code. Free digital comic code. Easy peasy. So thank you for watching. Please, talk nerdy with me about these things and what you're into.